We've just parked up in Strathyre off the A84 near Callander, where we're just doing a random hill today, Scottish hill, called An Sidhean or something like that.
It's Hill of the Fairies.
Hill of the Fairies. I'm not going to call it that, but I can't pronounce its name. An Sidhean. It's a Madeline anyhow. It's afternoon now actually, so good afternoon.
Yeah, we just got off the Idrossan ferry from Arran.
And we're now in Callander for a couple of nights. So we're just doing this little hill today before we go and get checked in our accommodation. So the path initially runs up through the forest behind the car park. There's a few posts to tell us the way. That's the direction we're going. Up through the forest onto the forest road and then take a right. About 500 yards up the forest road, take a left and head up the track again, which should take us to another forest road. So yeah, it's a steep pull up through the forest. How are you finding the ascent so far?
Steep, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite surprising.
It's just a continuous up.
There ain't much zigzagging through this forest, it's just a straight path, straight up the side of the forest.
Straight up.
There's Billy up there waiting for us. I think it seems to be flattening off a little bit now. We might be coming out of the forest shortly. So we get to this little post here where our way markers are going to stop now. From this little post we're going to take a right and head up through there. And still we're plodding on through the forest. We're about 340 metres up the hill now. It's 500 metres odd, the summit. So shouldn't be too far to go once we get out of the forest. We could be appreciating this forest later as there's heavy rain forecast, and we'll certainly get a bit of shelter in here from it because there's no wind or anything in here. 572 metres the summit is. We're about 470 metres up the hill now and we're just leaving the forest, so we've got about 100 metres of clear fell before we get to the summit. That's Loch Lubnaig behind us and Beinn in the Clag. Loch Lubnaig is well flooded by the looks of it. The smaller summit behind me is the one that was signposted on the finger posts. We've bypassed that because it isn't actually the summit. The summit's about 1/4 mile further on, the Marlin. There used to be a stile here, it's fallen to pieces by the look of it. So across the fence, drop down into that little col, and there's our summit up there. And the views we've been waiting for. This is more like our kind of hill, a rough old Marlin with a sketchy path to the summit, and hopefully some great views. Nice, quiet, remote, and look at that. To the right of us, we've got the big hills. I think we're looking at Beinn, or that area anyhow. First little humps of false summit. Drop down into this tiny col, and the true summit's just ahead of me. An Sidhean. 572 metres. This is the summit, marked by this tiny cairn with that young Christmas tree to the right of me. There you go.
Okay.
Fantastic view. So from the summit we're going to head back along the ridge we came, and we're going to bag that little hill at the end that we walked past earlier, where I think we should get a better view of the Loch Lubnaig. Just up there. An Sidhean summit, 546 metres. And look at the view from here. So that's just almost back down into the village, and I'm going to wrap the video up now. The walk was just a small one today, about 4.5 miles. So it's thank you from me.
And bye from me.
And bye from the Rockstar.